Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, coming at you live to talk about episode 1 of the anime series Net-Juu no Susume. And this really sort of intrigued me from the get-go because it really harkened back to me with the main character of Watamote, Tomoko Karoki from Watamote. The main character of this series almost feels like her spiritual, like equal. If Tomoko had grown up and had actually gone back to school and finished it out and gotten a career, which then unfortunately flotsed, it failed and everything like that. And then she became willingly a NEET and, sort of began anew her being obsessed and consumed with MMOs and such like that. I feel like this main character, this could be a sequel. Several years later, picking up after the first season of Watamote, only this character is much more dialed back, much less extreme, but she still has a sort of perverted side. She's still kind of squirrely, and she like brings flowers home from, I'm assuming, the job she lost. Like that was her consolation, was a bouquet of flowers, and she dumps it in the garbage can when she's back. And like she's very timid. She's not really used to going out even to a convenience store to get food. Like her fridge is completely barren and empty, with the exception of like a yogurt and maybe like one carrot or something. And so she goes out shopping and she bumps into who is probably the resident male lead for, the show. This blonde guy with glasses who, they keep cutting back and forth between her starting a brand new MMORPG where she's created a male player character, and immediately after having her ass handed to her time and time and time again by the first sort of Pokemon hamster hybrid creature at the bottom of a dungeon at the end of a quest that she's supposed to go on as this male player character, she keeps getting killed over and over and over again, and they keep having this comedic, she ends up in like a church and these guys come up and go, hello, amen, like pray for her. And it's just hilarious. After several times, she meets this female player character in the game, and I think, it's my speculation, that this is blonde glasses wearing dude, because he seems to be really in a hurry to get home. It's like the holidays, it's Christmas time, and they have agreed to meet each other at a certain, place and time. This after her, as her male player character, she's been avoiding, this other player for a little while now, but she's been like, you see where the Watamote thing, the Tomoko Karoki thing comes to the fore, because she's like really getting all giddy and laughing about the possibility of, how am I ever going to get laid as the male player character in the game. And I was dying at that. Again, all that familiarity really reminded me, harkened back to Watamote, but she's been playing the avoidance game with this other player character because after having a helping hand, this female player character has been healing her and got her through the dungeon so she'd finally overcome that boss and everything like that gerbil-looking boss. And why are all the creatures in this game, they look like, giant mutated hamsters and gerbils, at least for the most part. But, this female player character helped heal her and got her through it, so she feels like she wants to do something as her male player character to thank this other player. And so it seems like it's a gender swap, a proper gender swap where she's playing as a male character, he's probably playing as this sort of magical girl, esque character, and they're helping each other. And by the ED animation, it suggests to me, because they're part of a guild by the end of the episode. I don't know exactly how long they've been partnered up with them, but it seems like, we don't get any sort of introductory phase. They're just, by the end of the episode, they're both a part of this guild. And, I get the impression, based on the characters we see in the ED, that we're going to actually get to know all of the offline personas as well as the online personas of these characters in this little guild, focusing on the main, female character and the main guy, the blonde guy with glasses. I haven't learned any of their names as yet. But I just really liked and enjoyed this first episode. I thought it was funny. It made me laugh out loud a few times. And again, because I was so reminded of Watamote, again, dialed back, far less extreme, but it seemed like sort of a version of that, stemming off of that almost in the way this main character is. being sort of closed up, you know, internal, and she's not used to getting out in the world, and she's more used to a life playing video games and being in an MMORPG all the time, and you know, having a sort of slightly twisted sense of humor and such like that. I already did a write-up about it over on my Facebook account, which is a personal account. You can always friend me over there if you want to talk about more anime that I'm not actually covering in video form. And I was debating about doing a video about this series because I didn't necessarily feel compelled to, but I kind of then started thinking better of it and thinking I want to at least put first impressions videos out for some of the shows that I might pick up writing up, so people who are watching my content will know what I might be talking about, if not in these videos, elsewhere over on my Facebook account, and might, you know, give them just cause to come over and friend me over there and discuss anime with me over there. You know, anything goes, whatever floats your boat. So that's really all I got to say on the first episode. I'm definitely going to be sticking with this one. If I decide to do write-ups, you know, that's probably the likeliest course of action as far as reviews goes, because I don't think I'll have a whole incredible lot to say. But I'm able to, you know, produce written reviews a lot quicker than the videos and everything like that. And so that's probably predominantly where I'm going to be talking about the show as it continues. Unless something spectacularly surprising happens and I'm just juicing to get back on camera to talk about it. But yeah, I wanted to put out this first impressions video to say I love this show. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of the first episode, if you've seen it as well, Net-Juu no Susume. And if you agree with me, if you are familiar at all with Watamote, do you think it's kind of like it could almost be a sequel series later on down the line in Tomoko Karoki's life? I really feel like it could be. Dialed back, she's evolved, she's grown up a little bit, but she still has, like, you know, hurdles that she has to get past. And she's probably going, at least the main character of the series is probably going, you know, very similarly, cut from similarly same cloth, is going to be going through those things and jumping over those hurdles as she grows and evolves and gets to know these other player characters. And then presumably, I hope, they will eventually all meet offline and get to know each other in the real world. Maybe, who knows? It might just be a sort of examination of, you know, how people, what they pretend to be online versus what they are in their real lives and everything, and they'll never find out who each other are to each other offline. Who knows? But it's interesting. I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts on it. As long as we have a great discussion, our POVs can certainly disagree. If you didn't find this show at all relatable or enjoyable, let me know as to why, you know, that kind of thing. And so yeah, otherwise that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.